Welcome to today's conversation about Soursop tea and what the science really tells us. If you've heard claims about this tropical remedy and wondered whether it's right for you, you're in the right place. We're going to look at the facts together, explore what medical research actually shows, and most importantly, help you make informed decisions about your health. Soursop, also known as graviola or guanabana, comes from a spiky green fruit native to Central and South America. For generations, people in tropical regions have brewed tea from its leaves, claiming it helps with everything from sleep troubles to serious diseases. But here's what matters to you. What does modern American medical science say about these claims? And critically, what do you need to know about safety, especially if you're taking medications? What research shows about Soursop? Let's start with what scientists have actually discovered. Soursop contains several natural compounds that researchers find intriguing. There are antioxidants like quercetin and tannins, compounds called acetogenins, and various vitamins, including vitamin C. These substances have shown some interesting effects in laboratory studies, but I want to emphasize that word, laboratory. Cleveland Clinic nutrition experts note that Soursop contains beneficial antioxidants that may help fight free radicals in your body. Free radicals contribute to inflammation and cellular damage, which we know increases as we age. The antioxidants in Soursop include phytosterols, tannins, and flavonoids. However, registered dietitians are careful to point out that we're still learning how much of these compounds would be beneficial, and importantly, whether tea provides therapeutic amounts. When it comes to inflammation, a 2014 study published through the U.S. National Library of Medicine found that Soursop extract reduced inflammation and pain responses in laboratory tests. For those of you dealing with arthritis or joint discomfort, this sounds promising. But the research on humans is still in its early stages, and we can't yet say definitively that drinking Soursop tea will relieve your arthritis pain, blood pressure, and heart health. Here's where things get more interesting for our age group. A clinical study published in 2020 examined real people who drank Soursop juice daily for 3 months. The results showed lower blood pressure compared to people who didn't consume Soursop. This is significant because nearly half of American adults deal with high blood pressure. The study participants drank about 7 ounces of Soursop juice each day. After 12 weeks, both their systolic and diastolic blood pressure readings improved. The researchers also noticed improvements in uric acid levels, which can affect kidney function and contribute to gout. But here comes the crucial safety point. If you're already taking blood pressure medication, Soursop could cause your blood pressure to drop too low. This interaction is serious. Low blood pressure can lead to dizziness, falls, and other complications that are especially dangerous as we get older. This is exactly why that conversation with your doctor matters so much. Blood sugar considerations. Several studies have looked at Soursop's effects on blood sugar levels. Laboratory and animal research suggests that certain compounds in Soursop might help regulate glucose levels by affecting how your body processes carbohydrates. Some research indicates these compounds can enhance insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells might use insulin more efficiently. A compound called annonacin appears to enhance insulin secretion in cell studies. Another antioxidant, quercetin, has demonstrated anti-diabetic properties in research published in the European Journal of Pharmacology. These findings are genuinely interesting for those of us concerned about type 2 diabetes. However, and this is critical, if you're taking diabetes medication, Soursop could cause dangerous drops in blood sugar. Cleveland Clinic experts specifically warn that Soursop compounds can interfere with diabetes treatments. Imagine taking your prescribed medication and then drinking Soursop tea. Your blood sugar could potentially drop to unsafe levels. This is another compelling reason to consult your healthcare provider before trying this tea. The cancer question. Let's address what's probably the most talked about claim, that Soursop fights cancer. You've likely seen bold statements online about Soursop being a natural cancer cure. Here's what we actually know from reputable sources. Laboratory studies have shown that extracts from Soursop leaves can kill certain cancer cells in test tubes. Research published in scientific reports found anti-cancer activity against prostate cancer cells in mice. Other test tube studies have examined effects on breast, colon, and pancreatic cancer cells. The compounds responsible are those acetogenins, particularly one called inonicin. In controlled laboratory conditions, these compounds have demonstrated the ability to slow cancer cell growth. A 2024 study from researchers in the United States even found that soursop leaf extract enhanced the effects of standard cancer treatments in animal models with liver cancer. But here's what cancer treatment experts want you to know. Daniel Kellman, a naturopathic oncology provider, emphasizes that without clinical trials in humans, there's no data supporting claims that soursop benefits cancer patients. The studies used concentrated extracts in controlled laboratory settings, very different from drinking a cup of tea at home. The American Cancer Treatment Centers explicitly warn against using soursop to treat cancer. They note that the very compounds that show anti-cancer effects in labs are also toxic. Herbal supplements can reduce the effectiveness of chemotherapy drugs, potentially interfering with treatments that could save your life. If you or a loved one is facing cancer, please work with your oncology team. Don't replace proven treatments with unproven alternatives, no matter how natural they sound. Immune system support. As we age, supporting our immune system becomes increasingly important. Soursop contains vitamin C, which plays a vital role in immune function. A cup of the fruit provides about 47 milligrams of vitamin C, contributing to your daily needs. The anti-inflammatory properties we discussed earlier also matter for immunity. Chronic inflammation can actually suppress immune function, so managing inflammation helps your body defend itself better. The combination of vitamin C and antioxidants in soursop may offer some immune support. Traditional medicine has used soursop for preventing colds and flu. While modern research hasn't confirmed these specific benefits, the nutritional profile suggests it could be part of a healthy, immune-supporting diet. Just remember that no single food or tea is a magic bullet for immunity. A balanced diet, adequate sleep, stress management, and staying current with vaccinations remain your best defenses. Sleep and relaxation. Many people turn to soursop tea hoping for better sleep, and there may be something to this traditional use. Modern research suggests that natural compounds in soursop may support GABA receptors in the brain. GABA is a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation and sleep. The tea contains tryptophan, an amino acid your body converts into serotonin, which then transforms into melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. This process helps regulate your internal clock. Additionally, compounds in soursop appear to have mild sedative effects that can soothe the nervous system. For those of us struggling with sleep quality as we age, this sounds wonderful. However, sedative effects can be unpredictable, especially when combined with sleep medications, anxiety medications, or even antihistamines. The interaction could leave you feeling overly drowsy or affect your balance the next morning. Digestive health. One clear benefit of soursop is its fiber content. The fruit provides both soluble and insoluble fiber, which supports digestive health in multiple ways. Fiber helps regulate bowel movements, something that becomes more important as our digestive systems slow with age. Cleveland Clinic dietitians note that fiber also helps regulate blood sugar and lower cholesterol. Getting adequate fiber each day is key to digestive health, and a serving of soursop can contribute to your daily needs. The fruit also has natural diuretic properties, which may help flush toxins from your system. While soursop tea contains less fiber than the whole fruit, it still offers digestive benefits. Some people report relief from constipation, though individual results vary. The tea's anti-inflammatory properties might also soothe digestive discomfort. The safety conversation we must have. Now we need to discuss something serious that doesn't get enough attention in those enthusiastic online videos. Medical researchers and toxicology experts have raised significant concerns about soursop's neurological effects, especially with long-term use. Studies in the French West Indies found an unusually high rate of atypical Parkinson's disease in areas where people regularly consumed soursop fruit and tea. This form of Parkinson's doesn't respond to standard treatments. Research traced the connection to a neurotoxin called annonacin, the same compound that shows anti-cancer effects in labs. The neurotoxin affects mitochondria in your brain cells. Scientists describe acetogenins as among the most potent inhibitors of cellular energy production known in nature. With chronic consumption, this can lead to nerve cell damage and movement disorders. Symptoms can include tremors, muscle stiffness, balance problems, and coordination difficulties. These are exactly the kinds of issues we want to avoid as we age. Cleveland Clinic explicitly states that soursop can be toxic in large doses, causing Parkinson's-like symptoms, including tremors and muscle stiffness. For seniors, these risks are particularly concerning because we may already face higher risks of neurological issues. The research suggests that occasional consumption is probably safer than daily, long-term use, but we don't have clear guidelines about what's truly safe. Drug interactions you need to know. Let me be very direct about medication interactions because this affects many of us. Soursop may interact with blood pressure medications, potentially causing dangerous drops in blood pressure. It can interact with diabetes medications, affecting blood sugar control. It may interfere with antidepressants and blood thinners. A 2025 article on herbal supplement safety notes that older adults face greater risks from herbal prescription interactions. Why? Because many of us take multiple medications, our liver and kidney function may be declining, and our bodies process substances differently than they did when we were younger. Herbal products aren't regulated by the FDA the same way prescription drugs are. They can contain multiple active compounds, and their interactions with medications are often untested. This lack of oversight, combined with unpredictable effects, increases risks for those with complex medication regimens. If you have liver or kidney disease, the risks increase further. Soursop compounds interact with liver enzymes, and there are concerns about liver and kidney toxicity with long-term use. How to prepare soursop tea safely. If you and your doctor decide soursop tea might be appropriate for you in moderation, here's how to prepare it. Use dried soursop leaves, which you can find at specialty health stores or online. Always purchase from reputable sources as quality and purity vary. Boil about 1 liter of water and add 10 to 15 dried leaves, adjusting based on your preference for strength. Reduce heat and let the leaves simmer for 20 to 30 minutes until the water reduces by about half. Strain out the leaves and pour the tea into your cup. You can add honey or lemon if you like. Start with a small amount to see how your body responds. Many sources suggest no more than 1 cup per day and not every day. Consider drinking it for a few weeks, then taking an equal break. This approach may reduce the risk of neurotoxicity from long-term exposure. Never consume soursop if you're pregnant, as it may cause uterine contractions. Avoid it completely if you have Parkinson's disease, very low blood pressure, or severe liver or kidney disease. A balanced perspective for your health journey. Soursop tea isn't the miracle cure that some internet videos claim, but it isn't necessarily dangerous either when used wisely and occasionally. The key word is occasionally. The fruit itself, eaten fresh in moderation, is quite safe and nutritious. The tea and concentrated extracts require more caution. Think of soursop as one small potential piece in your overall health puzzle, not the solution itself. Your foundation should always be proven approaches. A balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables, regular physical activity appropriate for your fitness level, adequate sleep, stress management, strong social connections, and regular checkups with your healthcare provider. If you're dealing with a specific health condition, whether it's high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, or anything else, work with your medical team to develop an evidence-based treatment plan. Don't replace prescribed medications with herbal teas, no matter how natural they sound. What makes sense for your neighbor might not make sense for you. Your medication list, your health history, your current conditions, these are all unique to you. That's why that conversation with your doctor or pharmacist is so valuable. They can look at your complete picture and help you make safe choices. Remember that natural doesn't automatically mean safe. Some of the most powerful medicines and most dangerous poisons both come from nature. The dose matters, the frequency matters, and the interaction with your other medications matters tremendously. Your next steps. If you're curious about trying soursop tea, here's what I recommend. First, Make a list of all your current medications and supplements. Include over-the-counter drugs and any herbal products you're already using. Second, schedule a conversation with your doctor or pharmacist specifically to discuss Soursop tea. Show them your medication list and ask about potential interactions. Third, if they give you the green light, start slowly. Try a week tea just once or twice a week and pay attention to how you feel. Keep a simple journal noting any changes, positive or negative. Fourth, never increase consumption without checking back with your healthcare provider. And finally, stay informed, but be selective about your sources. Seek information from established medical institutions like Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, or reputable university medical centers. Be skeptical of dramatic claims, especially those selling products. Your health journey is uniquely yours, and you deserve accurate, balanced information to guide your choices. Soursop tea might have a modest place in some people's wellness routines, but it's not a substitute for proven medical care, a healthy lifestyle, or the medications your doctor has prescribed. Thank you for spending this time learning about what science really tells us about Soursop tea. I hope this conversation has given you useful, honest information you can take to your healthcare provider. What matters most is that you make informed decisions that are right for your unique situation. Stay curious, stay cautious, and most importantly, stay in close communication with the medical professionals who know your health best.